Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Treka Z, and today we're gonna do a live video talking about a couple of breaking news that all of us need to talk about regarding Syria, the United States, Epstein files, Trump, and many more. So now I'm just gonna wait a couple of minutes or seconds for people to join the live video so that we can just jump into the live. So you guys know that I always keep you guys updated with the situation in Syria, and this week there has been talks about a specific topic regarding Syria, what they call it. So now what they are saying is that the new Syrian president is in talks with Israel to divide Lebanon, meaning they are planning to divide Lebanon. You remember when I used to talk about if the Syrian government falls, what is gonna happen, and how they are planning to divide Syria, and how they're gonna, divide and conquer. The more you divide the country, the easier it will be to be able to control them. So this is something similar. So now what is going on in the Middle East? There are talks. It's not yet official, and I highly doubt this will happen, but the fact that they are even talking about it is crazy. So now what they are saying is that they want to divide Syria and Lebanon, and this is how they are gonna do it. So the talks between Syria and Israel is they want to give Turkey the north of Syria, like two cities called Latakia and Tartus, and then they want to give Syria the north of Lebanon, like cities like Tripoli and Bekaa, and this will become Syrian controlled territory. And then Israel will take the south of Lebanon, which is predominantly Muslim Shia areas, in exchange for Syria giving the Golan Heights, a third of the Golan Heights, to Israel. So if you guys know, like back in history in 1967, during the war, Israel took control of the Golan Heights, which is originally a Syrian land, and this is where the Druze community live. So the Golan Heights used to be a Syrian city, and after the war, Israel was able to take over the Golan Heights, and it's been with Israel throughout like all these years. So there has been like peace negotiations between the new Syrian government and the Israeli government about the Golan Heights, and the talks are that Israel wants to keep a third of the Golan Heights, give the rest to Syria, and in addition they want to divide Lebanon. And what is crazy about this whole thing is that they are talking about Lebanon like as if they own it. Like these two countries, they are talking about Lebanon like as if they own it. You know what, you take the north, we will take the south, we will leave like Beirut, the middle, for the Lebanese. It will become a Christian country, and then Syria will take the north, like cities like Tripoli and Bekaa, and Israel will take the south of Lebanon, and it will be now ours. And like the Lebanese people are looking at them and they're like, yo, are we a joke to you? You guys think you can just come into our country, take whichever cities you want, and then what you expect us to just look at you and be like, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna read for you the news because it's actually like crazy, like what is going on. And look, I highly doubt this is going to happen because first of all, the Lebanese people are not going to accept this. No citizen of any country is going to look at an outside country and see them that they want to take land from them, and they're just gonna watch them and allow them, But this is what the talks are. So let me read for you the article. So, is Syria demanding Tripoli and parts of Lebanon in exchange for peace with Israel? So this is the terrorist, jihadist Al-Julani, who's the self-elected Syrian president. They say Israel media reported on Friday that one of the scenarios being discussed as part of a potential peace agreement between Syria and Israel involves Syria annexing part of Lebanon in exchange for relinquishing parts of the occupied Golan Heights to Israel. The reports, which claim that two proposals are currently on the table, say that Syria would annex the northern Lebanese city of Tripoli along with other areas in northern Lebanon and the Bekaa Valley, According to these accounts, the Syrian government is demanding the return of 1/3 of the Golan Heights territory that Israel occupied before the 1974 disengagement agreement. According to I-24 News, citing a source said to be close to Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara, the return of parts of the Golan Heights is critical for domestic public opinion to support such a step. I just wanna, I wanna make something clear. The majority of the Syrian people are against the idea of taking any part of Lebanon because, first of all, the Lebanese people already hate the Syrian people because back, in the 90s, Syria had control of Lebanon when they were having a civil war, and like they couldn't wait to kick us out. So the fact of Syria taking parts and lands of Lebanon again and being control Lebanon again is just going to cause more war in the region and more chaos. And me as a Syrian, I am completely against this talk. I think it's stupid. I think it is very dumb, and it is just like a remedy for more chaos in the region. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys now another video about this specific topic. And it says, like, a source close to the HTS leader Al-Julani told Israel I-24 News that HTS is prepared to cede part of the occupied Golan Heights in return for annexing Tripoli, Akkar, and the Bekaa, which are Lebanese territories. And let me show you the video of the guy reporting the news. Wait.
The Lebanese city of Tripoli, as well as other Lebanese territories in the north of the country in the Bekaa Valley, would be handed over to Syria. Right, so a Syrian source close to President Ahmed al-Shara is saying that for the Syrians, Israel needs to hand over part of the Golan, at least a third, for there to be any possibility for peace talks. According to the source, there are two scenarios that are currently on the table. The first scenario sees Israel would retain strategic areas in the Golan Heights equivalent to 1/3 of the territory, handing over another third to Syria and leasing 1/3 from Syria for a period of 25 years. Now, according to the second scenario, Israel would keep 2/3 of the Golan Heights. Now, these are areas that Israel seized before the 1974 armistice agreement, after the Yom Kippur War, not the territories that it seized after the Bashar al-Assad regime, with the possibility of leasing it for also a period of 25 years. And this is where it gets interesting. Under this scenario, the Lebanese city of Tripoli, as well as other Lebanese territories in the north of the country in the Bekaa Valley, would be handed over to Syria. Basically, the equation that the Syrians are trying to establish is Tripoli for the Golan.
But what about Lebanon? We'll talk about Israel, how much they would agree to this, but would Lebanon agree to something like this?
Look, to my understanding, this is the first they're going to be hearing about this, and it already on social media is not being well accepted. It shows the intentions of the new Syrian government that they are understanding, or they're seeking a regional role well beyond its current borders. Ultimately, this is what they're putting forth. Tripoli for the Golan.
So can you imagine, guys, like, it's crazy how, like, they're just talking about other people's land and taking it over and dividing the region. Like, as if, they're talking about a piece of cake, like how they're gonna cut the cake and, this is yours, this is mine. And they think, like, the Lebanese people are just gonna accept this and there'll be peace in the region. This is going to create more tension in the region, possibly an all-out war between the three countries. And this is crazy. And there's also more talks that they're saying Turkey also wants to get involved in it, and Turkey wants to take Latakia and Tartus, which are the cities in the northern part of Syria. I, as a Syrian, I am completely against it. The majority of Syrians are against it. The majority of the Lebanese people are against it. So I highly doubt this will take effect, because if it does, there's gonna be a huge war in the region. And I'm not seeing much mainstream media talking about this now, because the majority of the media are talking about the Epstein files now, which is also rightfully so, because, guys, it's time for us to also talk now about the Epstein files. Like, it is so crazy and shocking to see how Trump is backing out of releasing the Epstein list, and there is a huge majority and divide in the United States, even from the MAGA people, because first of all, guys, this is something Trump ran for in the election, talking about the Epstein files and exposing all these pedophiles and all these, you know, criminals that were involved in the Epstein Island and stuff. So when I saw the video of Trump like acting all like, are we still talking about the Epstein file? Like, this, we've been talking about him for years. You guys, like, it's time for you guys to move on and so on. It's like, bro, you've been talking about the Epstein files for years, and you ran your campaign talking about how you're gonna expose all of these politicians and expose all of these high-ranking officials that were in the Epstein Island and who were there and who played a huge role in like trafficking all these underage girls and all of this. So now suddenly you're not interested in releasing it and you're trying to bury this story under the shelf. It's like there is something very, very, very suspicious going on right now in the White House, and nobody is happy about it. It is so fishy, it is so suspicious, and it begs the question, like, why is he not wanting to release the files? Is Trump now compromised? Has he done a deal? Like, what is going on? Like, I really want you guys to also, you know, write in the comments why you think suddenly Trump and the MAGA government suddenly want to bury this Epstein case. Suddenly, like, it is so suspicious. And a lot of people who are Republicans and conservative influencers, most of them are against this, and I feel like a lot of MAGA followers now are very upset with the Trump administration for doing a 360 on this issue. And there are many videos that I'm gonna show you guys about this issue and like what people are saying. And let me show you. So for example,
what do you think about Trump?
Epstein was a CIA Mossad asset that was recruited and was doing a blackmail operation. I think that's crystal clear. No question about it. So
tends to be the party guy, just like Diddy.
Drugs,
cameras, drugs.
The CIA, as part of MK Ultra, had Operation Climax, where they would lure Johns in with drugs and prostitutes, and then this drunk CIA schmuck would sit on the opposite of a two-way mirror and take notes on what, you know, just evil, wicked stuff, and that's what they're using Epstein for, was blackmail operations, and they got some pretty high-level people snared into that, and they haven't released the entire list of close Epstein confidants, but you know, Israel's former prime minister was one of them.
Which prime minister?
Bahoud. Trying to remember. You'll have to check it. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Bahoud something. They got
Barak?
Yes, they caught a picture of him visiting Epstein in his New York apartment, and he was well connected to Epstein, but that was all in secret. But that is the intelligence part of Mossad, and of course they couldn't do that without coordinating with the CIA. So
I ask this question now. The more I learn, there just always seems to be this connection between the CIA and the Mossad. And I'm going, is it just they're the same organization? The more you look back into history, and it's always somehow the CIA and the Mossad is there. On the day that JFK gets shot, we learn about like MLK, we learn about 9/11, and then just going, okay, why does it seem like there's a union here, a marriage here?
Mossad is like the sister of the CIA. They're joined at the hip. They're kind of like Siamese twins, and they use each other for intel and operations and things like that. They are extremely close and in an extremely sensitive relationship. Oh yeah.
What do you think about Jeffrey
Epstein?
And this is just like one example. Like, people are, and let me show you another video that is gonna wake you guys really up in case the mainstream media is not talking to you, is not showing you all of this information. So this is an interview with a former Israeli intelligence officer. His name is Ari Ben Benashi. He said that Epstein ran a Mossad honeypot operation after being recruited by Ghislaine Maxwell. And Ghislaine Maxwell, her father, Robert Maxwell, was a Mossad spy. Everyone know this. If you don't know this, man, you need to educate yourself. Maxwell's business partner was Charles Bronfman, a co-founder of the Mega Group. The Mega Group is an exclusive club of Jewish billionaires funding pro-Israel causes. So this is an interview with the guy, and this is what he said. Please pay attention, guys.
Alarming allegations that you've been making are that the entire Epstein operation was a honey trap operation to entrap politicians, policymakers, celebrities, people in the media eye, basically to become Israel's assets.
Correct. That it became basically an intelligence operation to entrap different politicians around it.
The most alarming allegations that you've been making are...
So you see, guys, like there is a lot of things fishy, and I am so disappointed that they are not agreeing to release the files now. That means there are a lot of huge names in the Republican Party, in the Democrat Party, in the royal family, Hollywood celebrities. They've all been in it, and in the Epstein list. And I don't understand why Trump suddenly doesn't want to expose this list. It's like that, like in my head, like the only two logical things are, it's either he's in the list or he has a lot of like friends that are in the list that he doesn't want to expose them. Because I think if that list gets released, like I think the whole government in the United States is going to crumble. Because as far as the information is coming out, they're saying like this guy had cameras everywhere, in the toilets, in the rooms, everywhere, cameras with voice, recording voice. And there are a lot of big names that were caught in this, you know, island, doing all like the crazy stuff with the children, and a lot of like disgusting criminal activities and sexual harassment and underage girls and stuff. This, I feel like every single American citizen should fight for this Epstein list to be released. The whole world has a right to know who these criminals are, and once their names are exposed with the evidence, they should all be thrown in jail, no matter who the hell they are, no matter which ranking they are. All of these people need to be exposed, because this is not even a joke. And I'm gonna show you guys one last video that shows the like, this is why all the Trump supporters and the MAGA people are very disappointed and very upset. Because like when you saw when Trump said, oh, are we still talking about Epstein? It's like, in a way, he's telling people like, come on, move on. Like, why are you still obsessed about this matter? I'm gonna show you guys just one video that will prove to you why he doesn't even have the right to say that, because his whole campaign ran on, you know, a big part of the campaign ran about exposing the Epstein list. And this is one of the videos.
How is it that my father can be convicted of 34 crimes, but no one on Epstein's list has even been brought to light? I'm trying to figure out how that's possible, right, man? It's almost like they're trying to protect those pedophiles for some reason. I can't imagine why, right?
Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
Everybody in politics has a vice that's much worse than alcoholism, is the way that I put it. But we
release the list.
Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
In this case, in Epstein's case, it is incredibly disturbing. We have flight logs, we have information, names, that will come out.
I'm not ever going to let this story go because of what I heard from a source about Bill Clinton on a plane with Jeffrey Epstein. I'm not letting it go, ever. Ever.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
How is
it that my father can be convicted?
It's like, yes, we are still talking about it because for the past 5 years, you've been talking to us about it all the time and telling us that you're going to release the list and you're going to expose all of these criminals and all of these high-ranking politicians and all of this. And now suddenly you're surprised that people are obsessed about it and people want to know more about it. There's just something fishy, guys, and I don't buy it for 1 second. Because even now, Ghislaine Maxwell, she's still in prison. And like when you think about it, that means Ghislaine is serving 20 years of having imaginary friends and thousands of Epstein victims, but no clients. So there's no client list. Come on, how stupid and dumb do you think the world is? Nobody is stupid anymore. Now we have social media. We don't even need the mainstream media to educate us and expose them. We are able to expose them with facts. And people are no longer... That is exactly why the mainstream media have completely collapsed and failed. When they did a poll the other day, the majority of people nowadays get their news from social media. They don't get their news from mainstream media anymore because it is very, very clear that they are very dishonest, they are controlled, and they are owned. Just like all of these politicians are controlled and owned, every mainstream media channel is controlled and owned. You know, they cannot report about anything without, you know, the approval. And it is crazy what kind of world we live in right now, where people like Epstein and Diddy are now considered innocent, you know. And oh, it just turned out like Epstein killed himself when they were studying his body. It turned out like he had a broken neck. Oh, I've never heard of somebody killing himself and being able to break his neck at the same time. It is just something fishy, guys, and I don't buy it. I know you guys don't buy it, and this is not gonna go away. Like, the people are not gonna let this slide. What do you think, guys? Write in the comment section what you think this is about, and why do you think suddenly they made the whole 360 turn, and why they don't want to release the files anymore, and why they are lying to us, telling us that there are no list and he's innocent and all of this bullshit. Why do you think so? Like, I'm really curious to know what are your thoughts on this issue. Okay, so Doug is saying it's called leverage, blackmail. He now owns the puppets. Moniz is saying fishy indeed. It sure smells funny. Oh, for sure it does smell funny. Yeah, guys, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I feel like we live in an upside world right now, and I'm not gonna let this go. I'm gonna continue exposing all of these criminals until we get to the roots of it. Everybody that was involved in this Epstein Island needs to be thrown in jail and needs to be exposed, no matter what the consequences. Who gives a flying fuck about what could happen to him? Who cares if you were involved in sex trafficking and underage girls and in sexual harassment and all of these stuff? You deserve to be exposed. Even if you are the king of the UK, you deserve, the whole world needs to know who you are, and you need to be thrown in jail for these acts. Andrea saying good morning, and they'll never release the files and client list. The Zionists are controlling America. Well, I really believe that. I really do, because as all the information are coming out, they're saying he's a Mossad agent, and he was inviting all these high-ranking politicians to blackmail them, to have evidence against them. Don't forget, all these politicians, they have wives, they have children, and the last thing they want is for them to be exposed with little children in a very fishy and shady island, with a very fishy and shady person also who has ties to the CIA and the Mossad. There is something really crazy, but I think that is what they do. They would catch these evidence on these high-ranking politicians and celebrities, so that in the future, if they need something from them, and let's say this politician doesn't agree to sign the paper or pass a law or whatever, they'll just send him the video and tell him, look, we have proof of you with this underage girl, and if you don't do what we want, we're gonna release this video and expose you to the world, to the family. You're gonna lose your family, you're gonna lose your job, you're gonna ruin your reputation, and you're gonna spend the rest of your life in jail. And then obviously this politician is going to be compromised, and he's gonna do whatever they want. So they kind of control them all. They control them all. And it is such a crazy world that we live in, that this is even actually a reality, you know? And it's terrible, guys. It's terrible. So this is the video that I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna be posting more videos very soon. Today there'll be a new video that will be posted on my page. So stay updated, guys, and stay tuned on my page because a new video will be posted. And tomorrow is my birthday, so I don't know if tomorrow I'll be able to do a video because I'm gonna celebrate my birthday with my friends. I'll try and do a live video tomorrow, even if it is like a short video, just to talk and celebrate with you guys. I am turning 32 years old. Can you imagine? Ugh, I'm growing old, guys. I'm growing old. 32 years old. My birthday will be tomorrow. So yeah, Andrea saying, I lived in the Caribbean for 5 years. I was on a sailboat. I sailed past Epstein Island so many times, and the island surrounding knew what was going on there. This was over 10 years ago. Yes, I believe you, Andrea. This is not something that has been happening a year or two. This has been happening for many years, but they never ever like thought that they would get exposed. You know, just like how Diddy thought he was, you know, bulletproof. But I mean, look at him. He's now out of jail, which is crazy. I mean, such a crazy world. Sandy saying, happy birthday, Treka. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, Sandy. I'll make sure to do at least a short video tomorrow on my birthday. Celebrate with you guys. If there's any like breaking news, I'll also do a video talking about it. But at the same time, when it comes to nighttime, I'm gonna like celebrate. I don't know what I'm gonna do, honestly, but I'm just gonna meet up with my friends, have a few drinks, party, dance a little bit, celebrate. And yeah, that's about it. That is about it. And I'm gonna end the live video now. We'll be posting more videos very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Moniz is saying happy birthday from me too. Thank you so much, Moniz. And Andrea saying, don't blame it on the Zionists. You must not understand what the world means. 0.2% of the world does not control the whole world. Well, there is a huge fact that shows that the Mossad like really owns a lot of the American politicians. I mean, look at the American foreign policy for the past 20-30 years. Everything has always been for the interest of Israel and not the interest of the American people, fighting wars that have nothing to do with America and have nothing to do with the safety of the United States, and has everything to do with Israel and the safety of Israel. So I kind of find that hard to believe, but I mean, it is what it is. Scott Parrott is saying, congratulations on your birthday. Yes, man, we made it to 32. We made it to 32. Parts Queen is saying, happy birthday, Treka. Thank you guys so much. I really love you guys so much, and I really appreciate your support. One more thing, if you guys are interested, like I told you, I did last month a website, and it's called TrekaZone.com. If you guys are free and you want to support me, you can just visit the website. It's called TrekaZone.com. TrekaZone.com. You can either support me by buying some merch, by shopping, and if you don't want to shop, you can always donate, and this will help me, you know, continue do the work I do. And if you want to shop, I have a whole store of t-shirts, like very cool designs that I have done myself. Like you have some Syrian art, some psychedelic art, some trippy stuff. You can find t-shirts, mugs, very, very beautiful design. These are all designed by me, by the way. So you guys, if you are free and you want to support your boy, you can just visit the website. I'm gonna leave the links on the description of this live video. Look, you can also find cool Syrian style bags, some long sleeve shirts, all of this stuff. So you can either shop at my website. I have all the sizes, all the colors, and it does delivery worldwide in a couple of days, and very, very high quality. So you can either support me by doing that or donating to my PayPal. And tomorrow I'll see you guys on my birthday. I'll make sure to do a live video so that we can celebrate together. Maybe we can drink a couple of shots together. You guys can join the live video. Just you can send the request. I'll let you guys join the live video. We can have a little chat, and yeah, it will be fun. So that will be it for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you guys for always supporting. I really appreciate all your support, and we will continue exposing these criminals and these assholes that are destroying this planet. And that will be all for today. I love you guys. Make sure to share this video, follow me on all my social media platforms, and visit my website. And that'll be all. Peace.